welcome in. Welcome in, Adam. If you need help on figuring out how to turn your VODs on, let me know. I have to go look at it to make sure I tell you right. But yeah, it'll before your affiliate, it saves it for a certain amount of days, and then I think it's like 4 or 5. But then after your affiliate, it saves it for like a week. Snickety snackety time. That may not actually happen because I feel very vomitous. I need to find a snack I can eat, considering everything makes me. Since they upped the dosage of the shot I'm on, the day after I take it is my system is not very happy. Thank you for the Prime sub, Adam. Thank you so much. But Fantasy got first, Crazy got second, and I'm here. And thank you for the sub, Adam, and Snickety Snappy, and the sorting hat to Mad Dog. I'm not sure. The audio was weird on Sunday, so I had to mess with stuff. So hopefully it's working now. Satisfactory. It is addicting. So I found a game that's similar to Satisfactory, but you build a alchemy factory. So it's still got all the machines and conveyor belts and lifts and all that stuff, but you're making an alchemy factory or alchemy products. So today's stream is cross stitching because it was a viewer redeem. So I I have a pattern all set up. However, I get this magazine through my Nook app, on Barnes and Nobles, and I use my Nook tablet, but it's older than dirt. And when I went to pull it up yesterday, apparently the Nook app has updated so far that it will no longer talk to my tablet. So I did screenshots and sent it to my computer, but it wasn't that great. Trying to enlarge them wasn't that great. It really just made everything look out of focus. So I'll have to use my phone because the roads are bad and I could not get to Barnes & Nobles to get another one. Oh, the stupid spiders. The stupid spiders. I have them as cats, and I'm not sure that's much better. They still make that, then you hear the little meow, meow, meow. As they're as you're getting close to them. And then when you kill them, they still are a spider. So I still have to see the dead spider body. So, I did not do a screenshot of the finished picture, but I can show you on my phone. Come on, turn. It's supposed to be this dragon is what we're making. It will not be finished in one stream by any stretch of the imagination.
Why don't we get Apple products?
True. That is true. I'm not gonna argue with that. I did save the picture where I had like the key for the pattern, because that didn't get distorted when I made it bigger. So 3756 is the first color.
Yeah, you gotta be a little tech savvy.
There it is. So this is all like varying shades of blue. There are a couple colors I didn't have, but I had enough to like start.
Those have that GUI and makes it nice and easy for people to use, but you can get more out of a Unix or Linux machine.
And I meant to find a way to mark the center. Normally I just put like a little dot of kind of marker or something on the center one, and then it gets covered up with thread, so it doesn't matter. But this one is not going to be covered up because there's no stitches in the middle. Like the center is blank. So I need to figure a way to mark center. Let me grab one of my sewing pins, and I can mark the center that way.
Yeah, if the price decides to fluctuate while I'm selling them.
The good thing about this pattern is it's exactly a square. It's 17 by 17, so
Well,
there's not a big deal about like which way.
so I should be good. If I can get 3 trailers to market in 24 hours, then there's something wrong.
Let me just swap these out.
Is it 1 hour days and 1 hour nights?
Oh, come on. I gotta get the oh, there we go. So that is center. So then I just need to count over, I think it was 9.
Hello?
So this should be, I think we just got the call that she's not gonna have school tomorrow either. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
No school tomorrow.
That's what I figured. So I am looking at getting a new Nook tablet so that it'll make it easier to do my stitch. But it worked. I literally used it at the beginning of the year, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
They can't get the buses out in the rural areas.
I attempted to be organized and ready for today, and I would say for the most part I am, but little bits were not.
We get one bad winter storm.
So 10 up for sure.
Doesn't make sense for us to have all that snow equipment for 4 days worth of work.
And this does have French knots, which I am not good at. So I just use seed beads and it does the same thing. Not a ton. It's like the eyeball and stuff like that is supposed to be. Sorry, I gotta loose something over here. It's driving me bananas. Welcome in, Dusa. Thank you or congrats on the I'm here and the 3rd. I was in Chris McBricker's stream yesterday hanging out with him. And he was like, "You and Dusa, you guys strike me as a duo." He goes, "Whenever I think of one of you, I think of the other." And I was like, "Well, thank you. I'm glad you put me in such great company, and I will let her know next time I see her." He's like, "You and Dusa always make me feel so welcomed and like just included."
Everything hurts. I have no idea.
I always have to make the emojis bigger so I can see them. That's so cute.
Yeah, so we had 3 inches of snow, then 3 inches of ice, sleet, and then another 2 inches of snow.
So I got the 2 weeks 2 and 3 pictures for the temperature jelly added to the Discord, and a picture of a sashimi I made.
We're not getting rid of the snow as well as they do in Northern Virginia. I was like, well, Northern Virginia or Virginia. Well, the state of Virginia has 7,000 plows. We have 700.
I'm never sure how to put the camera when I do the cross stitch, so bear with me.
26,000 miles of road, and they have almost as many plows as we do. So, put that in perspective. They have 3 plows.
I was gonna use my circular hoop instead of this frame, but then I decided to use this because I was hoping to get close enough because there's a border that goes around in a circle. I was hoping to be able to like stitch out close enough to the border and then just do that all the way around. And that would be easier in this because I wouldn't, you just scroll back and forth. You don't have to like move the hoop. So we'll see. This is 9. And because my Nook isn't working, I'm using like a combination of things because it's easier to use like paint or whatever and mark off the stitches I've done.
Plow trucks, and they have another 400.
But if I scroll in too much, it kind of just distorts it. So I'm trying to use like a combination of things. And this did not open in the right thing. So, oh, edits. There we go. Okay, that's not the edit I wanted.
Well, if you're going east and west on 40, you have to go through Arkansas. Y'all also have 30 anti-icing trucks. We've got 1.
Come on, where are you? I'm trying to find the bar. There it is. The scroll bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then it looks like another 10 straight up.
Y'all also have.
And the very last one, there was a 1 here.
Also have 4,700 equipment operators. We have 4,000 employees total. So y'all have more equipment.
But hopefully everybody's having a good beginning to the week. We are still snowy. And because Arkansas doesn't really get snow but every couple years for a couple days, we don't really have like the infrastructure to like super clear it up fast. So the roads still aren't fantastic. The highway is good, but it's like getting to the highway and then, you know, when you get off the highway. So
I mean, you can, but you're comparing it.
We're not really going anywhere. So no school tomorrow for fantasy again. Boy wonder, because he doesn't leave the house to go to school. Still has school though. But our little wood burning stove has been chugging away. We only have like a couple inches, and then we got some sleet and freezing rain, which made ice. So realistically, like, we don't have a lot on the ground, but because we don't really get snow often, we don't, like, there's no reason for the state to spend an excessive amount of money on snow clearing materials. Yeah, and then it just freezes overnight. That's what's happening here too, Dusa. Like, it's sunny during the day, so it's melting a little bit, but the temperature's still so low that it then just, like, as soon as the sun goes down, it all freezes. So, you know, it makes sense. Like, in a place where you don't get snow often, they're not going to spend obsessive amounts of money on snow remover, you know, things. Yeah. Well, I mean, I grew up in Pennsylvania, where we definitely got snow a lot every year. But even like then, the back roads didn't get plowed right away. They worried about the highway and then the closest to the highway, and they worked their way out. It makes sense. And even if it did get cleared semi faster there than it does here, you know, we also had more snow removal things. Welcome in, Danny. Did you get snow? Did you lose power? I know a lot of Texas did, or a lot of people in Texas did. Hopefully you're doing all right.
That'll tear up asphalt real quick.
That does suck, Adam. That sucks a lot. Yeah, because your whole deal is like you need to be able to get out and help. You got sleet. I know, because hubby that works for RDOT, so they get like the neighboring states info. 9, 10, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, yay, I counted right. No power left. Some places closed, but they're open already. Well, that's good. We are still pretty much closed down, but we had a couple inches of snow and then like sleet and stuff. I just counted that, but my brain is like, but did we count it correctly?
Okay.
We did count it correctly. So let's mark those off. That's good that you guys didn't lose power. Let's see. I'm trying to decide if I want to keep going up and around. I think that's what I'll do. And then I can always come back in and get these other parts. Well, it's like 4 stitches, so I can just do sideways. No soft fluffy snow. The boy child did go outside and play with a neighbor kid. Okay, so we want to go over 1. Then down 2. Oh, Dusa just sent me a message. Give me 1 second to at least get these half stitches down, and I will check that message.
Which is about $100,000.
So 1 over, 2 down, 1 over. But it's all right. I have a Discord up, so. Yes, I will send it to you. I will just send it to you later. I will do it at the first ad break so that I remember it, or else it won't show me that I have a message from you anymore, and then I'll just completely forget about it until you go, can you send it to me? I need to get carrots so I can send him to the carrot whale. You're so tired, Alex. So I took my shot first thing yesterday morning. And I felt good all day yesterday. I got all the things I needed to do. I didn't feel any like weird side effects from it. And I woke up at 6 o'clock, snoozed my 6:30 alarm, made sure Boy Wonder got in the shower at 7. I saw him come out, put his clothes in his room, and then I started to feel really nauseous. And I was like, I'll just keep my eyes closed. And then I fell back to sleep till 9:30. So I get you on the tired front. I've discovered the correlation. It's the day after I take this new shot at this like new level, I guess. New dosage that I'm really nauseous, and then I don't want to eat, but then I get so hungry, and then subsequently different kind of nauseous from not eating all day. So I keep like trying to force myself to eat like little bits of things. And then tomorrow I'll be fine. Because that's how it was last week. I took it late in the day Monday, basically right before bed. So it wasn't until like late Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and Thursday I was fine and back to normal. So it's just that day after. Sorry, I'm trying to stay in frame and hold this right. But I don't know. Welcome in, kitten. Hopefully you're having a good day. We're just gonna play with the little camera angles and see where we get a good one. We are cross stitching today.
It's like each one of our salt barns has a 10K loader.
Did I catch? I felt something. Oh, a piece of hair. Because I shed everywhere. Okay, let's mark these off.
Those are the only wheel loaders we have them that are the salt barns because we don't have any vehicles.
Started out well, then had a mix-up communication with hubby, and now decided dinner is on the feed yourself basis. I'm focused on my diamond baiting and match gatum. I'm doing good.
We did just get
a wee bit.
$1.5 million
stomach issues, but that's, I don't want to keep,
Yeah, it's
you guys
the
don't want to hear
milling
about that.
machine is. So
Sorry,
it's
I'm trying to
similar
count
to a
1,
milling
2,
machine,
3,
except
4,
what you can do is you can
5
add
for
product to it,
sure.
and what it does is it
That
mills the road.
it's like
the milling,
underneath
and
the
then lays it right back down.
no, that's an I, so only 5. 1, 2,
And it can go
3,
down. So a milling machine can go down
1,
at
2,
max like
3,
8 or 9
4,
inches.
5.
The reclaimer can go down 20 inches.
I hate when there's like underneath, like these lines are what you're going to do is the back stitching, but then sometimes it's hard to tell what the letter is underneath of it. Like I think this is 5, skip 2, and then another one. But my daughter did the redeem for a cross stitch stream, so that's what we're doing today.
Trailer because of too much sunflowers.
And Thursday we'll be doing the Flego Autumn Rose set I got for Christmas. And this color is slightly blue, but it's like so light blue that it probably looks white on stream. I get faster at the cross stitching as we go, but when it's at the very beginning of doing one, I'm so worried about like putting something in the wrong place or miscounting that I'm pretty slow. Because there's no like as I call them markers, things to like check that you're in the right place and things like that. So this is our 5 here. 5, and then we're going to skip 2 and do another one. Like there's no reference point, I should say, to go, hey, yeah, 2 over and 2 over. Yep, I'm good. This is right where I need to be. There's none of that. Because you're just starting. And I believe reason this keeps wanting to like dim, like be bright like I told you to be. There we go, that's much better. So then we did that one here. Okay, then we want to be here. There's a lot more pick up the device I'm using or stare at the picture in paint in the very beginning to make sure I'm.
That's what I did with my cows. I had several bulls, but now that
I'm in the right place. So it's not very exciting in the beginning.
That way I can still have calves being produced for.
Then again, I'm not sure how exciting watching me cross stitch ever is, but if you guys have questions about cross stitching, I can attempt to help you. Attempt is always the key word. I'm not sure how informative I am ever, so. Okay, there's not. That's an I, and I, W, W, P. The T isn't till over there, so I can kind of go back down to where it's split off again. Okay, it was in the middle of that.
You have to really separate it, otherwise it'll still brown chicken, brown cow.
Okay, so there, and then we have an angle, and then 2.
sausage, and then I got
The hubby is
120
playing
kilos of
Ranch Sim, which I have, but also I don't know if it's that I dislike it or I just don't understand how to play it well enough, and therefore I just get frustrated and stop. I have goats on my ranch, and I milk them and make goat cheese, but that's about it. That's version 222. Okay, and then I gotta fix this one. I have a Mona Lisa diamond art to do. It's a big one. I have like sorted the beads, into like from the little baggies into like things that where they won't spill everywhere in between uses. But I have not actually started it.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the ones I have from older magazines where I have the actual physical copy of the magazine, I bought like clear laminates, whatever stuff, and I would sandwich it in between, and then I could draw directly on the pattern, and then that stuff just wipes off. Like the whiteboard marker, it just would then wipe off when I was done. So that was nice. But 1, 2, 3. But it is nice when you have like paper copy and you can just kind of draw on it and cross. I did this, I did this, I did this. Otherwise, it's all visual. Oh no! I hope they get it fixed soon. We have had only the bathroom, like the second bathroom. It's actually like off our kitchen. Is the only one that has like a pipe on an exterior wall. So we've had that like dripping and the cabinets open to like have heat in there. And I have thought about getting like one of those small tiny space heaters to put in the bathroom just to keep it warm. Yeah, no, they definitely do not. I live in Arkansas where it doesn't get cold. It was literally 70 degrees on Christmas Day. So, like, the houses just aren't insulated for cold weather that well because they don't really get it.
I didn't feel like Christmas then.
So now we're down to like, well, I can tell you what the weather's been because I have the little spreadsheet for my temperature jellies. This way I can wait and do like a bunch of days in a row instead of doing like every day on the day. Yesterday it was 30, the day before it was 24, and the day before that it was 14. But on January 1st it was 71.
Yeah.
And roughly about those temps between 50 to 70 all the time until this last like week when it's been cold. But yeah, it doesn't. It's pretty warm here on an all year round basis. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, like by no means do I think this is cold in like a general sense of the terms, but like it's cold for here because they don't get bad, they don't get cold weather. So we've been using our wood burning stove to help like supplement so that the electricity bill isn't through the roof. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. We're supposed to come on unthreaded. I think I have like 2 more crochet patterns that I haven't tried yet. I have the Frenchy Toast and yeah, it's hard. It's so expensive. Like utilities have gone up in general, and now like when the bad weather hits, like the cold, it's gonna drive everything like sky high. The Shushi bee pattern, which is a big version. I've done like the little bee pattern and a crab cake and a Frenchy toast. So those are the 3 I have left that I haven't tried yet. Did I see your message? I saw your I'm tired. Oh, I've literally been in the house less than 20 minutes. I've eaten a little and now I'm falling asleep. Oh no, Alex, you've been out and about and busy today. We can't be out of the house. The roads are too bad. Listen, even if I believe that I was a good enough driver to handle it, that does not mean the other people on the road are people I want to be driving with. Because there's always going to be some person out there who has like no ability to drive in the snow but thinks they can. And I don't want to be hit by them. Okay, I went to there. Yeah, like I have all-wheel drive on my car and we have my husband's truck, which is 4-wheel drive, but that doesn't mean I want to be out there on the road with all the other people who think they can drive in the snow but cannot. And ice is a whole nother like kettle of worms. Like it's ice. No matter how well you think you can drive in it, you're not as good as you think you are. It's just really cold and windy. To me, the wind is what gets you. That wind will like send it straight through your body like you have no clothes on. And you're like, I might like it doesn't even feel like I have a winter jacket on. I just felt that straight through my body. Okay, so we've done all of this color we can down this way. Now we need to go up a little bit. Let's see where that connects. The one before, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4 above it. So that's changed the way this thread is. They had So it was supposed to get a little bit better in the middle of the week, and then it was supposed to be like more bad weather this coming weekend. But hubby said they took that out of the forecast, so I don't know what the thing is now. Okay, so I did that right. I might look and see what other colors I have, because like I said, there were a couple that I needed to buy. But obviously I'm not going out right now and buying them. So I might see what other ones are near here that I have, or if I want to keep just trying to spread this, or if I want to just kind of work in this area. So there's one. And then not the one directly angled to it, but one over. Yes. Yeah, we're actually on 7C right now, which is the warmest it's been all day. The feels like taking Joe to school this morning because yes. The wind is the worst. The wind makes, like I said, it feels like it takes that cold air straight through, straight to your bones. And you're like, okay, I'm done now. Another thing about cross stitching in the beginning, it's like, wow, I've done this for an hour and I've gotten 30 stitches done. Look at me being productive. Okay, again, not the one directly angled to it, but one over. But as you add more colors and have more reference points, then the stitching gets a little faster. Yeah, like you're like, oh my god, my eyeballs. Like you're like, ooh, my lips feel so dry, and you lit them and you're like, great, now they're frozen together. Okay, one more, and that'll be the end of this piece of thread. And then I've got to decide if I want to stick with this color or if I want to try to fill in with other colors. I see you, piece of thread. Just finished coming through. Some people like rethread their needle over and over to get like the absolute most out of every piece of thread, and I just don't have it in me to do that. Like they use a threader, and I'm just like, nah. If I have to use the threader, that piece of is done. Okay, let me just mark a couple of these off that I did on the thing here. And then let's see what these other colors are. Okay, I'm pretty sure I don't have the W, whatever color the W is. Oh, I do, 828. I do have it. So that is the one like directly inside, like right next to these. So maybe we'll do that one. 828. I gotta find which baggie it is. Right there. Give myself a couple more reference points, and then it makes it a little easier as we go. And I will probably give this to my daughter when I'm done, because one, she's the person who redeemed it, and two, it's dragons and she loves dragons. Trying to make sure. Okay, it is. Normally I stick with one color and I kind of take it like far and wide, but I'm feeling like she's the only one. So I have never really tried. Well, I shouldn't say never really. When we lived in England, I did like craft shows on the base, and I would. It's yeah. I mean, there's ones where will you can redeem it where I do like cross stitch or whatever for like 15 minutes or a whole stream, and that gives you guys some like input into what the streams will be. Uh, like you can choose if I do a diamond dot stream, if I do a cross stitch stream, if I do a crochet stream. That way you guys have you know, kind of input say into what I do. You may not get a say in necessarily which pattern I do, but the actual like what's being done in the stream, you do. Yeah, and now my brain is like, is it that? Yes, it's that. It's W. Okay, so one in from right where we started, down here. So just one, and then the next row's two. Oop, it's not quite even on that end. There we go. But I get this magazine. It's called the World of Cross Stitching or something like that, and I have a digital subscription through Barnes and Noble, so they just deliver it to my account every month. And this was in I think last January's episode. I almost said episode. um, last January's edition. And when I saw it, I immediately was like, "Oh, she'll love it." And then I just, there's never time to do every single one. But when she redeemed it, I was like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. And it's just mostly shades of blue. I forgot when I was taking screenshots yesterday and sending them to the computer to do one of like the finished item in the magazine. Because I usually try to have it like somewhere on the screen so you have reference to what I'm doing. But I forgot to send myself one. So maybe during the ad break, I will try to do that. There's motion in the garden. Yep, there's probably a squirrel or a cat in my backyard having the time of their life. Playing in the snow. Okay, now it looks like we pretty much just go straight up. I mean, I like dragons too. But one does need to find a way to not have 1 million crafts that they've made in their home. Because that's really where I'm at. Like, oh, I'll make this and this and this, and then it just lingers around my house. But anyway, what I was kind of saying is I've only ever really sold like finished product cross stitch. Like I had made little cards and stuff. So I sold those at a craft fair, and I sold like a finished like I had bought a kit and made it because I liked it. But then it's like I like it, okay, but what am I gonna do with it when I'm done? So I had sold like a finished one of those. Like it wasn't in a frame or anything, but I had kept the directions part with it that said like what kind of frame, size frame, and like maybe what size border you would, want with it. And so I sold that. But I've never tried to sell like specifically like, oh, you want me to sew this one, okay, it'll be this much money, because honestly have no idea how you even equate for that, because it's like 70 hours stitch time. Like how do you equate that into like without people being like, that's way too expensive, I'm not paying a Meowth. Which I think all fiber arts kind of crafts, like if you sew stuff, if you crochet stuff, if you knit stuff, I think that all really falls into that kind of like category. Like, how do you price it? I always went off materials. Like, even when it was pretty much a business, my sewing. It was like, okay, it cost X amount of dollars for the materials, plus a little bit of time. Here's the price, you know?
Oh, you weren't supposed to find out that he was gonna be a daddy.
But there's always going to be people who say I can do that myself for cheaper, which more power to you. If you think you can, or if you really can, that's great. Then you don't need to come to me. You can just do it yourself. But then, you know, or people who say, "Oh, you should charge more." So, I don't know. I guess I always just kind of decided on a price and hoped I was comfortable with it. But I never know what to charge for anything. Some of the stuff I crochet, my daughter's friends are like, "Ooh, will your mom make me one of those? Like, I'll pay how much?" And I'm always like, "I don't know how much to charge the gremlin." Okay, so that looks like correct on there, like at the right point. Because it shows 3, and that would be 3 left. So let's mark that off. And then we want
I don't know what he wanted, so
they want these 2 here filled in. I'm just gonna do single up and then back. But I kept showing everybody on Sunday the carrot whale I made for Carrot. Because I was super excited at the way it turned out.
I want to plant corn this time since sunflowers
But I would like to incorporate the crafts into stream more. And I know people have said before that it's more
my cedar is full of sunflowers.
like you guys come more for like the person more than what the person's doing. But in my brain, I'm like, but I started this as like a way to do Legos, so I shouldn't do anything else really. Like my bulk should still be Lego. And like I said, it's probably more in my head than anything, but
Crappie or carp.
okay. But is more crafting something you guys would like to see? I feel like I'm much faster when I crochet on stream than when I do cross stitch, but that is going to be the end of that piece of thread. But we'll stick with this color some more.
I mean, yeah, when the headlights do hit it, it does look pink, but it's purple.
We're going to have ads in about 30-ish seconds. If I can get my finger in this bag to pull out this color. I'll need to get more of this when I go shopping, but I had enough to do some. Come on.
That's what would crash the game. Gaming Fish will about you.
So I did the stitch along. That is it, like the year-long stitch along that's in this magazine, and I will do the one from this year too. But once again, I will wait till the year's over and then do them because I am not patient enough to like do them as the year is going. But I guess that is if I do it as the year is going, that could be something we do on a stream, like uh you know, do that part. Do that. Okay, that's all the W's here. Now we're gonna wanna go over some. Oh, we're in ads. Okay, I will respond to Dusa so I don't forget to respond to Dusa, because I will do that. Haha, like your little wormy apple. Okay. Me. Okay, you can't really see what I'm typing.
Makes sense that their stats wouldn't be 100% as focused.
Okay, there is to Dusa. And then I will try. Come on, swipe over. Okay, there we go. I don't think it took a picture of the whole thing because it's like half a page, you know? But let's. Sorry, I'm like, where do I look at those things? In files, duh. Did I do it yesterday? Nope. Wait, maybe that was it. Send. Nope, that wasn't it. Sorry, boys and girls. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I did that part. Now I need to wrap it. Download.
Dust storm coming.
Edit. Because I don't need all the, black around it. In fact, I don't even need most of the decorations they have around it. It's, like I said, it's not going to be a whole picture of it because it's screenshot, like, and it was like half on one page of the magazine and half on the other. But it will give you a idea about what I'm doing. Bongo Cat, you're making it hard for me to do what I was trying to do. Okay, so that is roughly what it's supposed to look like finished.
Right.
Welcome back from the ads. Okay. No, come back. Zoom in.
Instead, you have to find that from Facebook.
It should be under the second set of twos. Yep, okay, I'm at the right spot. So, like I said, it's like called
Child support recipient.
World of Cross Stitching or something. It's a British magazine. And I started getting it when I lived in England. And then I didn't get it for a while. And when I started cross stitching again, because Carrot was cross stitching, and I was like, oh, I do love that hobby. And I do have a crap ton of stuff for that hobby. I started getting the digital copies. Because the physical copies, like when you buy them from like Barnes and Noble or whatever, are like $15 because of like tariffs and stuff, where it's like $5 for the digital copy. So that's what, that's a lot more palatable versus $15 every month. So we did those and then we went over. Okay, then we're going to have 2 diagonal to that and then 2 down.
No, they're doing one thing, and that's getting your money. How they get your money, that varies, but they're good at getting your money.
It doesn't really look like much of anything right now, but in the end, that's what it's supposed to look like. I'm not going to finish that last one in case I need to do the thread a different way. So One,
Unless
two.
she has found the bee.
Okay, so no more in this area. I gotta go up. So it's a good thing I didn't finish that one so that I could change the way.
Unless they find her.
When I first started cross stitching, I was probably a teenager, and I did what they call stamped cross stitch, which it's just a piece of fabric. It doesn't have the holes in it like this. It it's just a piece of fabric and they stamp the X's on it, and so you just copy the X's. And once I could do that pretty well, it frustrated me that it was hard to get like your X's really nice because there's no definite hole in the fabric. So I learned to do the counted cross stitch. And you could buy kits where it's the fabric like this with the holes in it, and then they still stamp it to give you like a general idea of like this color goes here and this color goes there. And I did that in the beginning, and then I switched to just blank pieces of fabric that where you have to completely do the thing yourself. I have not done any where I like created the design, like I use, I like this picture and then made it into a cross stitch. I've never done that. So this one, then these two, then not the one directly connected over. Right, this. Now I've got to decide if I switch colors again. I think I will. I'm trying to stay like in this area. One, so it kind of looks like I did something. We don't get to the end of the stream and it's just vague dots all over the pattern, or all over the fabric, and it doesn't really look like we did anything. I'm trying to stay like in a square area. This is not really my best scissor for this, but it was on my desk, so I just grabbed it. Let's get our proper scissor out that's nice and crisp. And I choose to keep my thread in little baggies. That way, when I'm done with the color, I can just shove it back in and I have that piece for the next time I need that color. Otherwise, I don't know where you would like really keep little pieces like that. Okay, so the next color near this stuff is I. It looks like I. And let me enlarge this. It looks like I is 157, which I do have as well. So let's find that bag. Oh, here. This is like a purplish blue. And the way I pull mine out is I do one and then two, like the way it's kind of packaged in there. Like I pull it out till it's one and then I pull out again. They say not to do like longer than your forearm because you're more likely to get it knotted and things like that because it's so long that you're like pull forever. But I find the two is good for me. To pull two loops out. And then these are 6 pieces of string wound together like rope. So most patterns for your normal X's will call for 2 strands. and then like your back stitching will, sometimes it's 2, but most of the time it's 1. It just depends on how thick they want the back stitching to look. But most of the time, I find that it's 1. And on rare occasions, it'll want you to use 3 strands for your X's. But I find that's not very common. You streaking! Danny's got a 7-streak stream. He be streaking. Alex did one the other day. It was 35 stream streak, and I was like, holy crap. I am not that entertaining.
It says profit. It's tomatoes aren't too far behind.
Okay, so minimize that screen and come back to the screen. It looks like we skipped 3 and then go to I again. 1, yep. I appreciate you being here and having a streak. Or even if you don't have a streak, I still appreciate you being here. I don't. Personally, I don't worry about whether I'm going to lose a streak or not. I know sometimes they're like, run and quick, you know, don't lose your streak. And part of me is like, it's cool to have a streak. But also, we don't get any, like, bonuses for having a streak, so I'm not worried about losing. But when you guys come in and share your streak, I really appreciate it. It's so cool that you guys want to come back and see me that often. I don't think I have any big streaks, like, personally. And also, sometimes I get confused because I'll be lurking in somebody's, and then, like, once they go offline, I'll get a message from Twitch that's like, hurry up and save your streak. And I was like, I was there the whole time. What do you mean save it? I guess maybe because I didn't, like, click to, like, collect any channel points or whatever. But I don't know. The girl child does not have an archery tournament this month. And then next month, or she didn't have one in February. Sorry, not this month. She's already done her one for this month. She's not going to have one in February, but then they're going to States in March. Yeah, like I like lurk because I'm usually doing like other things, like checking email, making sure the boy is doing school, trying to finish a crochet project, whatever. So I like have the person up, but sometimes I'm in 2 or 3 streams like that are all up, and I'm like going back and forth, and I just don't think about collecting channel points. Yeah, so I don't know if that's why it thinks I wasn't there, is because I didn't collect any channel points. So I'm going to have to be better about at least clicking it once. And then seeing if that affects how they, whether it keeps saying, don't lose your streak. I'm trying to, oh, there we go. I got it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's it. If it's just that simple, if I collect channel points once or twice, if it'll still, like, if it'll think I'm there. Yeah, like, I just don't think about it because I'm like, oh, that person's on. And so I lurk and I watch them for like 5 minutes, and then I go back to somebody else and then back to that person, kind of back and forth. Or sometimes I have a TV show on. Like, we don't have cable, which, I mean, a lot of people don't have cable anymore. But I have like Hulu and stuff, so I watch the shows the day after they're on. And so I'll have like a TV show up while I'm lurking in people's streams and doing things. we're going to skip 3 again. Then these 3. And it wants these 2 filled in. Yeah, or like I'm playing a video game. Which tomorrow should be the last days for, or tomorrow we'll open up the last weekly tasks for the current Star Path. But I'm not sure of the exact day the Star Path ends. But it should get me the last points I need for more moonstones and the house that's in the bonus Star Path thing. Okay, not this one, but this one. Snickety snackety time. Okay. Let me do that and mark it off. Make sure I'm in the right area too. Yep, it should be moon P, then the I. Wear my sorting hat again. You know what? While we're here and I keep threatening to put the wire in my sorting hat, here's the wire. We'll lift this up a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing instead of like just part of it. I keep threatening to put a little bit of wire in here so like it'll stay flipped up and I can see. So let's see. What do we think? Probably a little bit more than that. I might have to go. Oh, nope, it cut it. I was like, I might have to go get hubby's wire cutters over there. But it worked. Now we'll do just like I did to keep it up straight. We'll weave it into the crochet. And this may or may not work. I may need to do it like all the way around the hat for it to work, but we'll see. I kept threatening to do this, but then I was like, I actually gotta find the wire. But while I was cleaning my desk up and looking for something else, I found the wire.
I just spent the money that I made.
So in March, we may be doing more crocheting than normal because in April, the daughter will have a fundraiser for her archery team. And I donate crochet products to their auction, which they can't call an auction. But we may be doing more crocheting during that. And you guys can have more of a say of what I make to donate, like what colors things are and things like that. What color eyeballs we use. Last year we just did 2 of the big jellyfishes, but this year I have so many more patterns to choose from, and you guys can decide. Like, do we donate a Cacolosaurus? Do we donate, you know, a Choco Taco, a crab cake, a sharkshimi? No penises, because I don't think the school would appreciate that.
We have always lurked among you.
Welcome in and thank you for the lurk, Yeti. Okay. get in between the yarn. There we go. You'll be able to see it a little bit at some places, but not overall. But also I was thinking, and thinking is dangerous, about doing, because we'll know by the end of March whether they're going to states or not, which is in May. But they always have their fundraiser in April. So I make things for the fundraiser. But I was thinking of having a fundraiser here on stream, like doing a stream where any money made during the stream will be donated to her archery team. So what do you guys think about that?
Well, when the grapes recover, we can get the other ranch.
You know, like where you guys can pay to have me unbilled or this, that, or the other. Okay. I'm going to do what I did last time, which is just bend the ends so it has like a catch. Ooh, I think that might work because it's pretty, you know, even if it doesn't stay flipped up, it might just give me a little bit more. Oh, yes, that works so much better. See how it keeps it? It's just a little bent and it keeps everything. It keeps it so I can size. That's much better. But yeah, I was thinking about having, it would be like end of March. So like a longer stream doing different things. And not a 24-hour stream. I learned that lesson. But you know, where you got any money, any bits donated, any things like that would go, because then I would get paid in April for it and I could give it to the archery team. Now, where was I? There we go. So we did this one. So one and one down. But closer to the time, I will put polls in my Discord and stuff, and you guys can help me decide what crochet items to make and donate to their fundraiser so that they can sell them. They do a silent donation, not a silent auction, because they can't call it an auction. But yeah, it's all content, right?
Took long enough though.
We'll bring it back down so you guys can better see what is going on here.
You've also been watching the stream a hell of a lot longer.
Good. And I was also thinking of putting a redeem in for like, because a lot of points, because mail and whatnot. But for a bunch of points, I will ship you a small crochet item, like a bee or something like that. There. Then over. Yeah, so like, because I want to give myself like a month to just. Did you really like those? Did I show you guys the finished ones? Because I did the last one. They're over here. I only feel 4 dino nuggies. Where's the 5th one? I have a bucket over here with like all kinds of finished stuff in it. But I don't know where my 5th nuggie went. I don't know where the 5th nuggie went. He ran away, but we have dino nuggies. I have no idea what shipping to Canada would be. Who am I missing? I have the Bronto, the T-Rex, the Pterodactyl. I forget which one I'm missing, but they are lovely. I can try to figure out how much shipping to Canada will be. Because they're not very big. So I could probably fit them in one of those it fits it ships small boxes, but I don't know then what like the shipping to Canada from that is. Somebody else asked me if I could make a hammerhead shark because they saw the sharkshimi I made yesterday. And I found hammerhead sharks, but none of them were like cute, kind of punny hammerhead sharks. You know, because this one was a shark, but then it had the salmon on the back and the wrap. You know, because it was a shark sushi. And I was looking for something kind of like that, but I wonder if I got a hammerhead shark pattern, if I could just incorporate that front hammerhead part and mix it with the sashimi pattern, you know, like 2 patterns in one. Okay, where was I? Here, and I went over 1. Okay, then I want to go back between them. I'm glad that you like them. I think Carrot and I said the plan going forth is to do 2 giveaways, like 1 in each stream, where we will then ship it. Yeah, because I don't think they weigh very much. I can find the 5th one. It's got to be over there in that bucket because that's where I put them all. And weigh them. I think I meant to friend you on Discord, and I think I forgot because I am me, and I forget things all the time. No, I'm not human, Discord. I'm an alien. But I'm sure we can figure out how much it would be, Adam. Okay. I'm not marking off as I go, and that's just going to confuse me. Then 1 this way. And then it doesn't look like there's that way. I think we kind of go back down this way. So we are here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, from the last eye. But there's some other eyes here. You were like, here. Hey, and they're totally kid safe because they have no eyeballs and no stuffing. You don't got to worry about anybody choking on an eyeball or like some fluff coming out as they squeeze it and like inhaling it. You'll be the first person I mail uh crochet items to. I marked the wrong one off. I always say United States only because shipping, like if I am paying to ship it to you, shipping is expensive internationally. But if you are willing to pay the international shipping, we can do it. Okay, so that should be 2, 3, 4 eyes in a row. 4 eyes. Then we angle and we do 2 more. But Adam is our new friend. We met him through Kevin, and he is new to streaming. He's just very, very, very getting started. But let's do a shout out for Adam. Oh, if I can type. He does Satisfactory and things like that. So be sure to go give Adam some love. We gotta give the newbies lots of love because most of us were newbies at one point. I mean, unless you don't stream, so. Listen, normal is overrated. Normal is overrated. I am not normal, so. So there was this video, I guess it was like a social experiment. They videotaped asking like all these moms, like, would you kill somebody in defense of your child? Like if somebody was trying to kidnap your child or hurt your child, would you take them out? And there were all these moms that were like, I don't know. Murder's bad. And I was like, I don't even like the kid down the street, but I will use him as an excuse to take someone out all day long. Like, yeah, I don't even like that kid and I would take you out. Imagine what I would do to you if you tried to touch my children. Like slow and painful, I gotta shed out back. Like, if I would just take you out for the kid down the street that I don't even like, imagine what I would do to you if you came after my kids. Right, like, you better hope you can get away faster than I can catch you. I was like, these cannot be real moms. Any mom I know. Chris, like, I don't even like that kid, and I will use him as an excuse to take you out. Like, that kid is annoying, and he's almost always outside in his underwear. But, like, don't touch him. it's an excuse that I will get away with all day long in court. Like, yeah, like, you cannot. My car is pretty fast, and I will run you over and then do not nice things to you. Okay. But like the video is crazy, and there were all these like influencers that like stitched into the video or stitched at the end, and they were like, "You don't know any Southern people." Yeah, I don't have a pew pew, and I can't run very far or very fast, but I will find a way to get you and drag you back. Like so we lived on the base near us when we were stationed here while my husband was still military. And my husband's ex-military. But they had problems with like break-ins all around. There were new housing being built on base, and they thought maybe some of the workers were like doing stuff, and it turned out some of the workers were staying inside the houses at the end of the day and then like robbing people at night. But there was also some officer kids who were breaking into houses as like a joke. But the security forces came around, and they were like looking at each house and like seeing if they needed better locks or different locks, things like that. And he's like, "Ma'am, if somebody breaks in, just let them have them." I was like, "I'll be sure to clean up the blood spot from where I dragged them back in the house. They'll be dead inside the house." And he was like, "I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that, ma'am. You just do what you feel you need to do." And I was like, "Dude, I am not 5 foot. I weigh like 150 pounds. And it's the middle of the night, and I have 2 kids. Nobody is finding me guilty. Like, nobody." And he's like, I didn't hear anything, and you do what you need to do, ma'am." Okay. That is all the eyes that is like anywhere near where we've been working. So, but yeah, I was like, that video kills me, because like there isn't a woman I know who wouldn't take somebody out for going after anybody's kids, let alone her kids. I was like, these people can't really have kids. Like, I don't know who you talked to in this video, but okay. P looks like the next closest. 794. Ah, that was one of the ones I didn't have, one of the colors. So let's see what else. Moons is 162. I know I have that one. Blue, one of the colors on the floor. Yeah. I would never call the cops. Not in. And you know, it's not illegal to get rid of a body the police don't know about. It's only illegal once they catch you. Okay, I missed some redeems. I missed a hydrate, a stretch, and a brick tax. When did the sorting hat one come? 125. So a couple more minutes.
You say anything, you turn off my body cam, so we don't have any evidence.
Oh no. 15 minutes at 25 is 40, so I can take it off. It's getting a wee bit warm, which is surprising because it has not been warm in this room, like, in days. Like, warm enough to take a sweatshirt off, anyway. We used to have a fur missile. We don't have a dog anymore, but the cat would probably try to take you out as well. The cat doesn't like anybody. As soon as she got over hiding and realized you were trying to do not nice stuff, she would be like, "Oh, no, sir." Okay.
I remember living in Grand Forks, the first day it was 0 degrees. We're like, yay, it's warm.
Okay. That's fun.
T-shirt, shorts, and Crocs, no blowing the tail.
Oh, yeah. So I love this guy. He's a content creator. His name's like Josh from the UK. And he visits America a couple times. And him and his friend came for their first Midwestern winter. They were so not prepared. He did a video where he's like, it's -5 in London right now. I don't want to hear from any of you Americans about how it doesn't get cold here. I bet it doesn't get this cold in America ever. He's like, that's 19 degrees. And everybody in the comment was like, America said, hold my beer. Watch this. And I was like, oh, it's 19? That's warm. Okay, so One Piece is not a step. I hate One Piece. So here's a second step. 2 for the price of 1, because I don't like when they only put one piece. And this was a gift with purchase one. It's a little TV, and you can switch out the scenes on the TV. Check off our brick text too. Okay.
We need 2 trucking pages so we can do convoys.
This one is more like a silvery blue.
Oh, we've got
But
quite a bit of it between the town truck and the truck.
See, that's one pulled out, and then I do it again. And then that's, to me, a good length. Because I thread it through, and so, you know, you like have it, basically. Like I said, normally I do one color, and I try to do, like, as much of it all over the project as possible. But I figured we would try it different today, so this way it looked like we got something done.
So really what you're saying is we need another panel.
So we have this little bit of wing, which on the picture up here in the corner is really like this, the center wing part where he's got like his wing pulled up in front of him. That's kind of what we're working on, the very like tip point corner of the wing. And this should be not P, but the moons, I believe. Yep, the moons. Kitten is on a 5-stream streak. We have 2 streakers. 2 streakers. So, the question is these moons are like really spread out. So we have to decide how we're doing this. Whoop whoop. Streakers. I should find a redeem for like a little video or something that goes off for when you guys do your streaks. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, now the next moon is up here.
Put a string on string.
So in
Ricky Bobby from Talladega Nights as he strips down because he's on fire.
okay, so the W goes all the way up, and it's at the top of the W. Okay. Like I said, these are kind of stretched far out, but it's not worth cutting the thread in between each one to do it. So we just gonna stretch our thread a little bit. And I will do this in between streams. I won't just only do this on stream. But we can work on it when we do, like, you know, we do normally build a little and then we do something else. We can have this be the other thing we do for a bit.
Just to get it down to where we just have a trailer left over here.
I do generally ask what you guys want to do when we're like, okay, this is the last bag for today or of the project if it's a small one. What do we want to do? Mainly because I don't want to make a decision. I just want you guys to tell me what to do. I think it's this, but so this would be P, P, space, and a P. Then I, then, yep, I, then moon. And there's one way over there.
I wonder if we can sell the tree saplings.
I think right next to here.
I just want to plant 80 of them and sell the rest. I might only plant like 50 of them. It's 50 times 4 is 200. It's 400 lumber.
And that's a different one. Maybe moon wasn't a good choice because there wasn't very many of them in this area. But such is life. We making this work. Do you guys like when I do bigger projects like this, or would you rather see smaller cross-stitch projects? Because the magazines do come with a wide variety of like big and small ones. Okay. Let's see what else is near here. Okay, so we started here. We've done eyes. We don't have P. Stars looks like the next one. 3755. I'm pretty sure I have. Yep. And again, there aren't a ton of stars, like the star symbol, but... And some of these I saved from like a kit, but they don't look the same. Like, it's just a little off. So we won't use that. We'll use the actual, like, what we know is the right color. I need to send one of the minions to the end of the driveway to get the mail. I've not done rhinestones on them, but I will show you what I normally do. They have, like, certain projects will call for French knots, which I am not very good at doing. They just look like I accidentally knotted a bunch of thread up on top of the fabric. They don't look nice like they're supposed to. So I buy these little seed beads, and I use these for the, where the knot is supposed to be. So it's just one tiny little bead on top of the fabric. And it does give, like, I made one for my mother-in-law. It was kind of like this Snow Queen angel thing. And it was supposed to have a ton of French knots on it, which I could not do. So I bought all these different, I took the thread and I matched it like as close as I could to different seed beads. And it's got a ton of little weeds, so it gives it like a shine. Or there's like shiny thread you can use too. So we're on stars. So some people use this little magnet and they magnet their needle to that, but I just stick it in my mouth like a savage. Okay, so we have the 3 W's here and then 2 stars on top. And the push pin is in my project because normally I just make like a little dot with a marker in the center. And then it gets covered up by the thread you use and you don't see it. But this one is going to be blank in the center. So I'm just using that push pin there. Where it enters at the top here is the center of the project. I thought about like putting a seed bead there, like take the thread up in, put the bead and pull it back down and mark it as the center, which I could still do, but for now the pin is working. As long as I don't start poking myself on it, we'll be fine. I give it a matter of time before I do start stabbing myself, so though. Okay, the next one is up. So we have these 3, 1, 2, 3 here that we skipped. And then we have 2, and it's right there. Yeah, these are just like plasticky beads that I buy at like Michael's. They're like $1 or $2, but you could definitely buy more, like either ones that have more shine or more through like ethical sources and things like that. If you want them to be made right from the red coral, but that's what I use because I'm bad at the knots. So the knots do not make my project look pretty. It just looks like I accidentally knotted a bunch of the thread up on top of the fabric. Right, like, and then I do my best to pull it as tight to the fabric so it isn't just loosey-goosey there. But like I said, a long time ago I realized I was not good at it, so I mean, I have practiced and gotten better, but I still like the seed beads better because it gives the project pattern, whatever, a little oomph, a little something extra. So I like that better. But it is totally like, if you are great and your French knots little like chef's kiss, more power to you. Mine don't. So I've just like over time I've just liked that little oomph they give to the project more. Okay, now we have some stars over this way. Over in here.
That's what I was saying. I think I'm gonna do.
So I have a bunch of different colors of the seed beads to use when they call for French knots. So this would be PIP.
Stuff.
And then another P.
Yeah. I'll just do 40 trees from now on and just sell the rest of the saplings if we can.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep losing where I am. And then the star is angled from there. I think everybody who has even a little bit of the tism is a major crafter. I think it is something that people who have any kind of tism just tend to be crafters, like a way to express yourself. And then we bounce from craft to craft to craft to craft. We're gonna have ads very soon. I normally don't build during the ads, but cross-stitching is a little different, and frankly, I don't think you'll miss much. And then 3. I've done friendship bracelets, embroidery, sewing, crocheting, back to crocheting, cross stitching, back to cross stitching. I've not done any knitting. Lots of gaming. Come on.
They might have reduced it. Like in the back of the. I say, I remember the gator you could stack at 6 sides.
Ooh, yay, I undid the knot. I hate when I have to cut the thread because the knot will not come out. So many batteries as far as the eye can see.
Yeah, you hopped in the driver's seat.
That's a lot of batteries. A lot of batteries. I don't know that I've ever made a battery in that game.
That's why I hit being in the first person.
Okay. Then 2 below the last T. And I keep moving the camera and then you guys can't see what I'm doing. I should make a routine. Out of frame! Out of frame! Because I feel like that happens a lot. Okay, now the question is, we can keep going with the stars a bit. Not a ton out of where we were, so let's just keep trucking along with the stars. So we're there. Then we want to go over 1, 2, down 1, which would be 2 down for the W. Just doing green energy is a pain. Got wind and solar gens, hydro dams, and river dams. Okay, are those like mods you use to allow you to do the green energy? Yep, there we are.
I'm proud of that. Yeah, make sure you have ink and water cross.
My heater went out again, but at least it's an easy fix with igniter replacement. Ooh, that's good. Unfortunately, I can only buy one through the repair person who should be showing up soon, but I'll keep popping around when I can today. No, listen, what you're doing is more important than this. Refined energy is the mod. I've not played with any mods on the game. I've always just played it like straight the way they wrote it. I'm not against mods. I've just never like looked for any or installed any. I know when hubby and his friends play a lot of games, there's usually mods involved. And I was like, you can't do any of those things in the base game, like straight game. So it had to be mods. But that's cool to do the game on green energy is different. I wonder beyond like just using different things if it makes it harder to get the amount of energy you need. Okay. Now I want 1 and then 2. Yeah. Yeah, I saw the message that you were going to stream the other day when we were talking, but I didn't see it till like later. My phone is weird, and I think it's the way I have notifications set up. Like if my phone goes dark, it's less likely to send me certain notifications like from Discord and stuff. And then I'll like, wake my phone up for something else or like to look at an email, and all of a sudden it's like notification, notification, like a bunch fall in all at once. So I think I need to change the way I have notifications. So sometimes I don't get the notifications like right away. 1, 2, down 2. Then 2 across. No, not. And then on an angle. Okay. And then there's not really any other ones for this blue star color.
I'm just putting them in this one next to the because that's the one I can reach.
So we're switching colors a lot more than I normally do, but like I said, I wanted to stay kind of in this one area. That way it looks like I did something. Plus, this is a lot of like spread out. With it being blank in a fair amount of the middle. So I wanted to kind of stick with it this way. Then hopefully when I go out later this week when the roads are clean for grocery shopping and stuff, there's always a Michael's right next to the store you go grocery shopping in, like same shopping center. So I will pick up the other colors I don't have then. As long as they have them. Or if I go to Barnes and Nobles, there's another Michael's near there. So okay, let's get back over to where we were. So we've done the T's, the W's, the moons, the I's. We don't have P. E looks like the next color. That's kind of close to that. An open E, not a colored in E. 793. I think that's one I don't have again. Yep. Colored in E is one I don't have as well. Then Moon 312. I do have that one though. And it is this darker blue. A sea waddle. Welcome in, Practical Porsche. I hope you're having a lovely day. Staying warm if you're somewhere where this cold weather has hit, which is like everywhere, basically. At least I feel like that's what the news is saying. It's like everywhere. Okay. The colored in moon. It is not my favorite when the pattern has like the symbol twice, but one is colored in and one is not. But that's what we're working with. So we're just going to roll with it because we're not in control of that. We had all these T's. And we had 2 and then another T. So what we want is that first space right there. Kittens caught it. It's definitely where it's even cold here in Florida. Yeah, like I said, I mean, the news did make it seem like it was pretty much everywhere. You know, in varying degrees. But still definitely cold for everywhere it hit. So, like, you know, cold in Florida is not cold everywhere else, but it doesn't change the fact that that is still cold for Florida. So one down and one over or something else. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 diagonal going this way. Yeah, we got snow. Not a lot of snow, just a couple inches, but I mean, to be honest, the threat of a snowflake pretty much shuts Arkansas down. So actual inches of snow is bound to close it. Poor hubby driving to work. Because he works for RDOT. So, like, that's his job, is to go in even when the weather's bad. And he said, you know, like, people are frustrated driving behind the plow that they're not going fast enough. And then they get over in the lane that hasn't been plowed, thinking they're going to go faster. And they just, like, bloop into a ditch. Like, sir, do you feel good about yourself? You got real far, didn't you? Okay, this will be the 6th one.
I'll stop filling up that one and we can empty our logs.
Gotta find my scrolly bar. There we go, so I can mark it off. So we did 6, and then we're gonna have the next one is gonna be like an upside down L, kinda. I've just been refilling the wood burning stove and keeping my butt inside. I made sure, like, Wednesday, Thursday, that I had all the things I needed, grocery wise, medicine wise, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I don't foresee myself really going anywhere for the next week. You know, if it turns out to be as bad as they're forecasting, which it was pretty accurate this time. But, like, I don't need anything. I got everything I could need. I'm good. But on the bright side, because we're not going anywhere, every day's a pajama day. So I just take a shower and then put on a clean pair of pajamas. Joke. Okay, let me finish this little couple stitches. That way I can mark it off and I know where I am. And I will bring up the jokes. They're dad jokes, so, you know, be prepared for the awfulness. Next page. Dad jokes. The thing is like 300 dad jokes for every occasion. I even have some that are specifically for Christmas. Let's see. We'll do ones about animals. Oh, we did that one already. Says when you're on a horse riding full gallop, next to you is a giraffe at full gallop, behind you is a lion on your tail. What do you do? Get off the carousel. Like I said, they're dad jokes, so they're bad, but they're funny. Okay, did this. Now we're gonna have another. When the next break comes on, I will need to go out and check our little wood burning stove. It probably needs more fuel by now. A man with no shins. Oh, I haven't heard this one. Tony. Like I said, they're bad, but they're funny. Like my husband does dad jokes all the time, and I just look at him. I'm like, no, no, I cannot encourage this. But then all I have are dad jokes when I do the jokes on stream. Right? Like, they're funny, but they're bad. Okay. Not directly angled, but one over. I almost bought him. It was like an advent calendar type deal, but it was a book and it was like dad jokes. I almost bought it for him for Christmas. Like, here you go. Here's some new material. Okay, there's a fair amount of these moons, but we'll finish this thread and then start another one of the same color. Let me see if I can find it, because they might still be selling it. It was just like on Amazon, and you know, like they sell everything year round. Let me see if I can find it, because I'm pretty sure I put it like on a shopping list. Because you know how some of that stuff is, if you don't put it on a list, you're never going to find it again. You're like, man, I really like that, but because I didn't put it on a list, I'm never ever gonna find it again.
I mean, you can milk the ones with nut sacks. It's just not the milk you want.
Let's see. I might have deleted it off of the list because Christmas is over, but I found it real easy. Get link, copy, le pasta. Here, that's the link to the one I was gonna get him. It's an advent calendar. It says dad jokes so bad they're hilarious. 24 days of festive fun for adults. It's like $13 or $3 if you buy like the Kindle version. But if you want like the physical copy, it's like $13, or you can get the digital download for $3.
Keep up with but it would be
It says Advent Calendar Dad Jokes brings you 25 days of cheerful, groan-worthy humor for all ages, packed with 300 witty quips, puns, and one-liners. This book is a joyful countdown companion and a perfect way to share smiles through the season. So they might be like Christmassy related, or they might not. I don't know. But either way, there's 300 of them in there for you. It'll keep you in dad jokes for your stream for a while.
actually picked up one of the freaking songs.
Okay, so we were here. Yes. So then it's angled on this one. This is gonna be a little wonky for a second while I start the get the thread anchored. Yeah. I was like, oh, I don't care. And next year they're probably just gonna change the thing to say 2026, but that's okay. I'm tempted to get it even though like Christmas is over because dad jokes. I swear that's the reason I liked the show Veronica Mars and like the Gilmore Girls so much. It's because there was like so much sarcasm and like dad jokes and all that kind of stuff in those shows. Down. Spawn incoming. There'll be a pokey soon. Yes, I love Gilmore Girls. I was sad they did that a year in the like they rebooted it and did like one season. I was like, I need more. She was pregnant at the end. I need the rest. I need to know who baby daddy is. I need for Rory Gilmore to have her baby. A Larvitar, which is a baby T-tar, Tyranitar, or however you say it. We call it a T-tar. So it appears that I finally found a color that has like a ton of X's in it. Yeah, I know. I was like, come on, you set yourself up perfectly to continue it, and then nothing. I was so upset that there wasn't another one. They brought X-Files back too, just for one season. They've done that a lot with different shows. They've kind of rebooted them for just one season. I was not that crazy about when they brought back Will and Grace for that one season. I was like, this isn't as good as the original. But the Gilmore Girls were so good. Like even that reboot, and I was like, I need it. Please. Yeah, just fucking with our emotions. Like, listen, we're unstable enough. We don't need you to do this to us. We don't need you to add to the chaos. Yeah, I can't count how many times I've gone back and just like rewatched Gilmore Girls, Veronica Mars, Supernatural. My poor husband, he's like, have you not seen that enough? Don't talk to me. Okay, yes, I understand. Thank you for popping in. Stay warm, stay safe.
Lurked among you.
Hopefully they don't have too many more snow days because they don't incorporate or like account for a lot of snow days because we don't really get snow. And tomorrow they're off too, so that's a third day in a row. Too many more, and they'll have to start making them up other places. Because I think they only do 5. I've thought about looking, they have these like hoop stand scroll frame things that like attach to your desk. I've thought about getting one of those for when we do cross stitch on stream, but I'm not sure. I've talked about it before, doing some kind of not necessarily like craft along, but like communal thing, like where we're in Discord and everybody's doing whatever. Even if you're not crafting, like using it to get things done in your house. So maybe we'll do that later. I'll be in cross stitching, just hanging out, and if you guys want to join in the chat, that's fine. If not, that's fine too. You can share your camera, you could not share your camera. I wanted to get something on the books where it was like a once a month thing where you guys could like then plan accordingly. Like if you wanted to show up for sure, then you could plan accordingly to like, have that in your schedule. So I started doing it like the second Monday of every month. No, the third Monday of every month is my book after dark, and the third Thursday of every month is my co-stream with Carrot. So maybe we could have it like the first Monday of every month. And it's not going to be streamed here. It'll just be in Discord. And we can get together and hang out, and you can craft, you can just hang out and chat, you can whatever. Sorry, that something is wonky. It like bubbled up the thread. Oops, I should have done that one. Oh well. But you can work on projects you're working on, you can hang out, you can chat, you can whatever. There's no pressure, it won't be streamed. If you can only stay for a little bit, then that works too. Welcome in, Kathy. We're at the part where these moons are just going everywhere, so we're gonna have to pick a direction and like weave in and out, you know. We'll work it. I think I'm gonna try to go down and then up so that we can kind of stay in a circle. Should be 4 total. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well, staying warm, staying safe. This weather has pretty much hit everywhere, so no, you didn't get the weather. Lucky you. I don't mind the snow. I truly don't. And I don't leave my house very often to begin with. I just don't like when I have to get out and it stops me from getting out. Like, okay, it's my normal grocery day. I would like to be able to leave the house. I don't like when it disrupts my schedule. But we are working on cross stitch today. There's a picture in the corner of what it's supposed to look like when we're done. This is like the little like up V section here of the wing of the left dragon. We got a couple inches of rain mixed with some sleet, possibly some freezing rain. I don't really remember. But the roads are a mess, and school has been canceled and all that stuff. Let's see what I got in my 1,000 points. A duplicate. Those two. Now we want one over. And we should have 3 down. Well, my daughter redeemed last week to do a cross stitch stream. So that's what we're doing today. We are working on these dragons, which by no means will be finished in this stream. Not even close. According to the little thingy on the front, it gives you like a difficulty level and approximate hours it will take to finish said cross stitch, which, you know, really is dependent on the person. But it says 70 hours, so it will not be finished today. But I'm trying to do more stuff in Discord, because I know it's not very exciting over there in my Discord. Not much happens. Okay, where am I in my thing? Oh, right there. 3, 3. So yeah, that's a good one. One past, and then a space and 1. So I'm trying to do more. Make sure I post more pictures of things I've made. I'm trying to do like different stuff in there. Sometimes I just hang out in the chat channel in there while I'm playing games, so if people want to talk. Usually if I'm in there, then you'll hear the podcast I listen to. It's a history podcast called Who Did What Now? And I love her. She's Irish, I want to say. And I love her accent. And she does not give one flying flip. She's like, he was an asshole. He was an arsehole. Kathy. Wow. Okay, we need 3 up. Needle tried to unthread itself. Rude. Did you get all your Legos sorted and the parts ordered? Okay, we will take a peeky peek. Or I will take a peeky peek. Oh, they're so cute. I love that the ocean one. A burger shop and a fire truck. Is that oh, it's the little gerbil one. Ooh, I have that guitar right over there. It's with my Stitch. Not yet waiting till after the 1st of the month. Listen, I'm not good at waiting. But I have that same guitar. I bought it to go with my Stitch because he has the Hawaiian shirt on. And any excuse to buy more Lego. Was that a sneaker? Very nice, very nice. I was somewhere. I was right there. Okay, we did that, and then we went up 3. Oh, we don't want directly diagonal. We want one up, which is right there. The hubby always gets me one of the botanical sets for Valentine's Day because they're the only acceptable flowers, because I do not have a green thumb. I have a black thumb and I will kill them. And allergies. Real flowers would just make me sneeze, and we don't need that. They smell so good and they're so pretty, but they're not for me. So hubby always gets me, the last couple years has always gotten me one of the botanical sets. So then we build it for Valentine's Day and everybody gets to see the pretty flowers. When we first started dating and were first married, he used to buy flowers and have them like randomly delivered to the house, and it was very sweet, but I was like, listen, stop. I have a black thumb. They're just gonna die. It's like throwing $50 in the trash. I appreciate the random, romance, the sentiment behind it, but pick something else. So now I get Lego flowers, and I love them. They're very pretty. Yeah, then we did edible arrangements, which I loved. I will gladly accept edible arrangements because I love fruit, and who doesn't love fruit shaped like flowers? That's when we went from the flowers to the edible arrangements, because I was like, at least if you spend $50 on that, it's something we can eat. Like, it isn't just like, oh, it's pretty for 3 days, now it's dead. I like the edible arrangements. And then we went to the Lego. I think there were a couple other like little things in that were like like it wasn't a consistent thing. It was like 1 year this, 1 year that. But yeah, so I get Lego flowers for Valentine's Day now, and I love it. I'm excited because the floral wall thing comes out the 1st, and that looks really pretty. And they released a couple new botanical set recently, so there's much to choose from. Okay, do I want... There's not much thread left, so I don't want to stretch it too far. But this, I think, will bridge some area. Just this little bit I have left on this strand before we start a new piece of thread. It's like 4 parts. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Then we can skip some and go like further up. But this will bridge the gap and finish up this piece of thread. So if you cross stitch and you find that you get like knots trying to untangle these, what I do is I spread just a little bit and then I stick my finger in the middle and I run it all down one side. And usually I can do it with little to no knotting. So there's a tip. I saw a lady, she had them like cut, like she cut strands, like cut down the skein into like pre-measured lengths, and then she put them on this ring, you know, like kind of loose knotted them, and she was like, I can pull two strings from here, and she just whoop, and I was like, nope, that's not gonna work. Like, I know myself, and that would not come off that cleanly. Okay, so we did this, we did that, we came up here, we did this. Now we want to keep going up this path. So we did these four here. So it should be just one on the end. I will be out of frame for a second while I anchor this this new thread. I usually can't do this on the new thread because I pull too much, but we'll see if I can. Somehow my thread got uneven, the two. Let's fix that. There we go. Okay, so we add. Now we'll do two. Come on. There we go. And that. Yep. It should be space. Yep, those. We are in the right spot. Things are lining up. We haven't completely messed up. Give it a moment. It's bound to happen. Sorry, I wind up getting out of frame and then I don't realize it for a while. I should make a redeem so when you hit it or like a thing you guys can just type like hey and it'll yell hey at me and I'll stop and look at the screen. You're out of frame, dumbass. Okay, let's mark some stuff off before I get too far along and then completely forget where we are. Okay. So we'll do this one first. Oh, Dusa, if you're still here, if not, I understand. I know you're working. My daughter did download Duolingo, and she's doing French. I don't know if anybody is for her trip this summer, so she can, at least be polite when she goes to a restaurant or a store. She can know like the basics. I don't know if she's actually like doing it every day. I just know she downloaded it to her phone. Okay. Every once in a while, it doesn't want to bend to get in the right hole. Every once in a while. Okay, I did that. And then over there. Then up there. Up there, over there, through there. Okay, it should be.
We have always lurked among you.
Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. But I also understand that I stream during the day when people have to do things. Two. Now we're gonna do 3. Come on, get in the hole. That's what she said. It does not want to do what I want it to do. One this side, one that side. But yeah, I guess that'll be a plan. I'll be hanging out later in my Discord. Probably after dinner, so like after 5 o'clock. And just crafting, doing whatever. Maybe working on this, maybe crocheting, I don't know. It depends on my mood. I have, like, I made the key to do the temperature jellyfish, and now my brain is like, can't use any of that yarn. What if we use it and then we don't have it for when we need it? What do we do? What do we do? Like, brain, stop it. It's yarn. We can just get some more. Like, it's not the last skein of that color in the entire world. We can get more. But I want to do the crab cake, but I don't. Like, she shows it in pink, and that makes sense, because, you know, crab. But my brain is like, let's do it in a different color. But I don't know what color I want to do it in. Do we want a blue crab cake? I don't know if I have enough of like the orangey pink that I used to make the carrot whale left to do the whole thing in that color. Two, three. Okay, we have to work down a little bit. When you're in Discord, could screen share. Yeah, that's fine. That'll work if you want, Adam. There is like no rush or demand that anybody be there or do anything they don't want to do. But you could totally share it in there. I know Kevin wants me to get on his game and show me some of the stuff he's done. Either like play with him or just show me like while he's streaming what he's done on his Satisfactory. And sometimes he shares pictures of what he's done in his Satisfactory in the hubby's Discord. I crashed in his world. I think he knows if I play in his world, I'm just going to like I'll go over here and make a base, but I won't contribute much because I am still very much figuring out how certain things like I get the gist of how they work, but it's like building it myself versus just like using it after one of them have built it or like adding on after they have done stuff. I shall go over here and practice making things. Which, in fairness, is what I tell them to do when they play my game. Like, go make a base somewhere, do whatever you want. Okay. When this ad break starts, I'm going to have to just go out and check our wood burning stove because I threw a bunch of it in earlier, but by now it probably could use a top up. And the kids are horrible at checking on it. You join mine and want to do that, wouldn't bother me. That's fine. I'm up to play with you guys. Like, it's not like we have to be streaming to play together. I was talking to Wargaming last night. I was like, we can just play Supermarket Simulator or whatever. One of us doesn't have to be streaming in order to play it together. We can just do whatever. Like, if you want to co-stream it or even only one of us be online and the other's just like on a Discord call and you can hear them, that's fine too. But like, we can play whenever anybody's got time. When the ads start, I'm going to put you on the be right back screen and then run out and check that. But I hope you all are enjoying the little bit we've done today.
Mhm.
Sorry about that. The kids didn't check it, so it went down to still hot embers, but I had to like stoke it back up to catch the new wood. Um, yeah, I know there's a time change between us, Adam. Which, in fairness, there's a time change between like a lot of people that I might play games with online. I know I'm Central, but like I know Carrot and Steel are Eastern, and like Kevin's something different, like an hour or so off.
He's mountain.
Yeah, so I know there's a time change between a lot. Stupid time zones. And a lot of times I forget to specify time zones when I talk in my stream. Woo! Fingers crossed. Yeah. Because I'm like an hour behind Carrot and Steel because they're like further over, and I believe an hour behind Dusa.
Deuces Eastern.
Yeah, Dusa's Eastern. And like Mr. Haral is in California, so he's like Pacific, yeah. So I have a bad habit of like when I talk about time in in my Discord, I'm never like, yes, Central Time. I'm just like 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. And I think mainly I do that because, or like when I talk about it on stream, I don't think about it because when I like schedule things for Twitch, they automatically change it. Like they know what time zone you're in and what time zone I'm in, and so they like switch it so it's in the appropriate time zone for you. And so then I don't think about it when I schedule things like in Discord to be like, hey, I mean Central.
He's like the center of the hand.
Okay, I did that. And this, and then I went up to, so yeah, that is a moon. You know, it's one of those things I have to get better at remembering, like, hey, you've got to remember that Discord doesn't make it the appropriate time zone for them unless you schedule like an event. Then it does. But just random talking, you have to say East, or you know, Central, Eastern, whatever time zone you're in. Dang it, that was just like one tiny hole off. There we go.
Yes. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. So let's see. 5, 10, 15.
Give me your phone so I can see what we're doing where. Okay, then we want...
No, 23. Yes.
Okay, we did 2, 2, 2 off. Nope, that's a triangle. So, I want to go back the other way. So, let's do this. So, 1, 2, it would be, yeah, that hole. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are in our last hour stream though. I can probably close the one with the key in it because we're gonna be on this, whether I'm on stream or not, I'm gonna be in this blue color for quite a bit. Because there are tons that are close to each other. So these other ones in the beginning, I stopped and went back and changed colors because I wanted to stay in that area, mainly because there wasn't a ton. Like I would have had to like count a lot and hope that I didn't miscount somewhere to skip to like start that color again. But these are all connected and going around, so it's easier to stick with this color. So on it, and then a total of 3.
It's 2,000.
And if you pop in later, Adam, I can show you where to find the VODs thing, because it is a button you have to click so that it saves your VODs. So otherwise it won't save copies essentially of your stream. And like I said, it doesn't save it forever, but it does allow people to go back and watch if you were on at a time when they couldn't watch. And if not, I can just take screenshots of my board, you know, like go to this, then go to that, then go over here, and this is what it looks like. You know, I can do that too for you. Because Lord knows, enough people helped me in the beginning. You know, we all just got to help each other. That being said, people still help me. I'm like, I don't know where this is, or I don't know where that is. You can also, when you go to your content, like you're on your, in your streamer dashboard area, like over on the left side, if you go down to content, you can export from in there to like your YouTube. If you have a YouTube. There's no like mandatory have a YouTube, but like if you have YouTube, you can export to YouTube from in there. That's what I do. I don't edit, I don't whatever my videos from here. I just go in there and press export and send it over to the YouTube. It is personal to each person. Some people like to view it and make sure there's no like content strikes, like for music and things like that, and then send it over. Some people can't send it, just export it like that because their streams are too long. Or and I skipped a space and I did that. Okay. Okay. Now we're at the part where we're gonna start coming back down into the neck this way. There's more up here, like going this way, but this is all connected. So I try to like flow with the ones that are connected. It is very much do however you please, but this is how I like to do it. That way I'm not having to count too many. It's mostly skip 1 or 2. There's not like a large amount. Less chance of messing up. Not impossible, but just less chance. One below this one. But the plan is to do Satisfactory Sunday as long as hubby doesn't get called back into work again. If he does, we'll play something else again. That Bronzebeard's Tavern that we played this past Sunday, it is a free game on Steam.
We're supposed to get some flares this week.
So if you liked it, it is a free game. Phone. I just touched you. Why did you get in? One, two, skip one there. Then two. There are some DLCs for that, and I put them on my wish list just so I can keep track of when they go on sale. But the game is free, so, and I can do up to 8 players at once as a host. So if a bunch of you want to play, even if we're not streaming, like I said, it doesn't all have to be on stream. But if you guys ever want to play, let me know. It's a good game for, I mean, it's 5-minute days and it's free. So I like it. I enjoy it. The kids like to play it. Okay. There's those. Down from it right here. Hopefully we can get one more X out of this. I see you trying to become unthreaded. No, thank you. Come on. Okay. I need right there. Okay, find where I was first. Oh, right there. Nope, let's do it the other way. Had to see where the next stitch was in order to see which corner it was best to start this stitch. Let's see. And then back.
I harvested the sunflowers and planted with corn. Harvested more grapes. Planted the last of the grapes.
Oops. That's right, we can fix it. We almost missed some of this color. But that's right, we can, it'll be an easy fix. Some right here. To go back to second. Well, no, I guess I did miss it. Sorry, my brain is like, did we? Did we not? Okay, I think I messed up somewhere.
Very good. They go off.
Okay, so we had these 4. We did this and this. And we came over 1 to that. Yep. I messed up. See, I told you, give it a minute. I will mess up. I put this, like this was right, the 2 and the skip over to 1, but it wasn't immediately attached. It was 1 down. So the rest of the stream will probably be me unpicking where I messed up. Fortunately, I didn't get like super far after the mess up. I've gotten where I went pretty far, and that was a pain. But this one wasn't too bad. Okay, let's do this. Oop. Undo. I gotta make sure I undo on my thing where I've been marking them off too, or else I'll really be messed up. I don't mind undoing on stream because it just shows that we all mess up. Right? Like, don't get down on yourself just because you screwed up on your project and now you gotta undo it. I screw up all the time. Okay, that should be these two.
Ties. Mm-hmm.
I will say sometimes you can't really like when you're picking to undo it sometimes makes the thread weak and then you can't really use it, but sometimes it keeps up. So we did do this is right, that's right, and that's right. Oh wait, I think I missed an undo. There we go. Okay, so we're here. Like I said, we didn't have to undo much. I was being dramatic when I said the rest of the stream. Because sometimes it feels like it takes forever to unpick if you can't get the thread to cooperate. Okay, so this was correct. We did 1, 2, then we skipped 1, which if you count down, 1, 2 is right in front. And that's what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
We want to not put it in there, but 1, 2, like right there.
So trying to bigger profit by turning it into sausage.
And then an L from here.
Sure it is. I will do it again.
I need to make a list of games I have and add it to underneath, you know, like where your about and stuff is. That way, if people want to play games, they'll know which ones I have that are multiplayer and which ones aren't. I have a little blank stone that will match the other stones I have down there. However, comma, I don't know what font was used on those so that I can use it as well. Like, so it all matches. I wonder if I could use AI for that. Be like, I have this picture. Can you tell me what font this is? Okay. We're close back to where we were. This will probably be the end of this string this time. Because, you know, I trimmed it last time, which means it's a little shorter this time. But that's alright. Okay. Let's try this again. Okay, so with these, with that, and 1, 2, 1, right there.
Mm.
Now we okay. Now we are roughly back where we were before I realized I messed up. That didn't take too long. Definitely shorter than when I messed up on the dragon for Carrot's craft along. And that was one where I like tried to count and go like far around with the one color, and then I was like, oh, look at that, I messed up. All because I was like, nah, I don't want to switch colors. I'll just keep doing this color and I'll count it out. That only works, you know, if you can count. And sometimes with crafting, you can't count.
Uh-huh.
Who can count?
Uh-huh. Yippers. I noticed that as well. Uh-huh.
Okay. Let's do this. Rest in there. I want to go across. And then 4 across. About 15 more minutes, and then we will find a person to raid into. We rated a new person on Sunday, so today can be somebody we know. It's not a hard and fast. I do try to go back and forth because otherwise I will find myself rating the same people I know over and over. But if there is somebody that you know who's streaming who I might not know, but you think I would like, or that other people in here would like, feel free to drop a name. There's always the guide, the raid, redeem if you want to use it. But I'm pretty good with the flow.
the sausage.
With it. Cross stitch is very trust the process. It looks like nothing now, but give it 60 hours, it'll be something. You know, give it lots and lots of time. We'll make it into something yet. There's one on this other side. A kabuto. If you're doing the pokies. That makes it sound like gambling. The pokies. It's a fucking good. Welcome in, Mad Dog. Are you enjoying the perpetual rain in Ranch Sim? It stops for 2 seconds, but then it's right back at it.
Are you enjoying rain?
Thank you for the biddies. Let's see. Good. That, and then the 3 underneath it. Now we need this. And then should be connected to the last 2. Trying to make sure I'm not missing one, but okay, I do need to go a space and then test storms today. Oh, well, I know that game is usually nothing but rain. Did it rain and stop for 5 seconds and then start again? Yes. According to the makers of the game, they have the rain down to like 1%, but it is always raining in that game. Always. And not like a little drizzle either, like loud thunderstorms. I just turn the sound off in the game, or really low. Then I don't have to hear the rain. Or are you two playing the DLC for that? So maybe it's different because it's the DLC. About as freaking as rain. So like every 5 seconds there's a dust storm. About 5 minutes after one ends, another begins. Well, there's at least that, because those rainstorms are loud. So we're getting back down to where we were, and then it's going to curve back up again. I think it was Carrot that made the suggestion for the book After Dark to also have like a Discord call up, so that if people want to come and join the Discord call and just be heard on stream, not seen, like it wouldn't really be like a co-stream, but like people could join the Discord call and have like a conversation about the books instead of just typing. We could do that. We could try that for the next book After Dark book talk next month. I think it was Carrot who made that suggestion, and I was like, that's a good thought, because I want it to be more like inclusive, like everybody come and talk about like what books you like and things like that. Okay, so we met up. So now we've got to bridge the gap. It looks like 2 spaces and then 3. And it should bridge this and this. Nope, I don't want to do that. Because that's going to direct my needle in a different direction than I want to go. Because there's not another one there. Okay. We did this. We bridged this gap. This over a little bit. What? Not there, but here's one. About 5 more minutes a stream, and then we'll find somebody to raid into. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today. I know it's even more mellow than normal. I try to talk the whole time, but I find myself stopping and like just concentrating on what I'm doing or running out of things to talk to. But it's a stream of consciousness babble certainly is happening. Yes, FedEx, I know my Chewy order is delivered because it was supposed to be delivered last Saturday. But now it says tomorrow. I'm sure Kippy will be eager for her new toy. So last time, or like for Christmas, it was really the last order because it gets delivered like every 6 weeks. We ordered this little starfish treat. So you put it's got like, it's a fabric toy with like a little pocket in. I think what I decided is going to be like the first Monday of every, like the first Monday of every month. I think I'm going to do like a random one tonight, just hanging out, whatever. But, like it won't be on the regular. So like the first, I think I'm going to do the first official one, like the first Monday of every, so it'll be this, let me look at next month. So it'll be probably Monday because this is the weekend. So like the first Monday of every thing from like 6 Central to like 8 o'clock. So only like 2 hours. The first Monday will be craft hangout. It's the third Monday is book talk, and the third Thursday is my costume with Carrot. Which the one in February, he will get to decide what we crochet, so be prepared, people. I picked something normal, and he made dino nuggets look like penises. Like, Carrot, what? How did you make a Bronto look like that? But I'm open. Like, if there's a date that works better for other people, let me know. I'm not like hard and fast set to that day. It's just if I don't pick one, I will keep talking about it, but then never actually do it. Which is what happened for like 6 months with the book talk thing. Like, so I just have to pick like an actual, like if I don't name a time or something, it will just never happen. Oh, I should have done 2 over there. That's all right. There's not much left in this thread. I'll catch them when I start the new thread. Yeah, that's just good. Like, I know how I am. Like, I need a schedule because I will just let things go by if there's not like a schedule. If it's like, oh, whenever you want, I'll either be like, oh, no, they're probably busy. I won't mess with that. You know, like, or I'll just kind of let it keep passing me by. So that's why I, set a schedule. But, like, it is mostly for me, not for everybody else. Because I'll be like, oh, no, it's okay. And it'll just never happen. That's how I work. Okay. Hopefully I can get these last 2 X's over here that are kind of out in nowhere compared to, like, other pieces with this piece of thread. 1, 2, and then you, right? Yeah, 1 on top, 1 in between. Yep. Yeah, I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I mean, it's kind of what happened with the Carrot thing, too. We both kept going, we should do a co-stream. We should do a co-stream. Totally, whenever you're up for it, we'll do a co-stream. And then nothing, and then nothing, and then nothing. And then finally we set a date, but we still didn't know what we were going to make. And finally, like, Saturday before we were going to do it, we were out shopping, and I saw something, and I was like, oh, you should ask Carrot if he wants to do Dino Nuggies. And then that's when it finally became Dino Nuggies. So, like, if that's why we just kind of threw out a date, because we knew if we threw out an actual time that people in stream would be like, you said you were going to do this. What are we doing that day? What are we doing? And so like it helped keep us like accountable to actually doing it. But okay, so I know in 4 hours it looks like we didn't get very much done. But that's how cross stitch is. Especially in the beginning when you don't have like points of reference, you're slower and more careful to make sure you don't mess up. So let us find somebody to raid into. Oh, I have a message. What does it say? It says I still have discount promo hours. So on Thursday, for Thursday's stream, I will put subs on a discount. Again, I keep meaning to use them in there, and then I keep forgetting about them. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Oh, I haven't told anybody, so I can't use them. But then, yeah. So I will do that. I'm gonna put it on stream ending just while I find a person to raid into. Who is on? Carrot is on. Sarcastic Kitten is on. GH13 is on. Yeti is on. I'm just seeing who's on and what they're doing. What is that thing doing? Oh, Sarcastic Kitten's doing a co-working / studying stream, so it might not be the most entertaining to you know, jump into. But Yeti is on, and I don't get to raid into her a whole lot. Let me move this off to the side so you know I have room to type, and you know I don't make a giant mess knocking something over. That's raid channel following. I should have checked how long she'd been on too, because that matters. Oh, less than 2 hours. It's fine. So we'll give Yeti a shout out, and then we'll get the raid message. She's playing Plate Up, like a restaurant game. I hope you all enjoyed today's stream. We were very relaxed, very chill today. Like I said, I might be hanging out later in Discord. If you want to come in, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine too. Probably 5:30, 6 o'clock East or Central. It'll just be open and be whatever. Like I said, you'll probably get to hear the podcasty lady I like to listen to. We'll be back Thursday building a Fuego set I got for Christmas. It's from Amazon. It's you build the flower pot and like the vase and the flowers, and they're autumn roses, so they're like pinks and oranges. We'll be making that on Thursday, and then Saturday is supposed to be